Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to another in-depth candle review. I hope you are having a really great Sunday. If you missed it, I already shared my first review a little bit earlier this morning, and if you are at all interested in purchasing the Homeworks Chocolate Peanut Butter Cup, I would definitely encourage you to watch that review first. Listen, it's a great fragrance. I don't have any beef with the fragrance other than it's missing a very important component to actually having the candle smell like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, which is what I was personally expecting. So yeah, like I said, if you are at all interested in that one, definitely watch my review first, and hopefully that'll help you make a more informed decision about whether you want to seek that one out or not. I will also go ahead and link where you can find the candle that we're talking about in this video, which is obviously Country Candle Winter Spice. The link will be in the description box. I will also put my Kringle discount code down there. That'll save you 15% off of your purchase. It works with some of the sales, not all of the sales. But yeah, it's down there if you want to try to save a little bit of money over at Kringle. All right, Winter Spice, let's dig in. Now, listen, my experience with the Country Candle Holiday 2024 releases so far has been a little hit and miss. Probably more miss. So far, there has been one, which is the gingerbread tiramisu, that has performed more along the lines of what I'm used to in terms of strength and throw from the Country Candle line. But the other two that I reviewed, which were the Cranapple Toddy and the Fireside Chai, those were significantly lighter than what I'm used to in terms of strength and throw from Country Candle. Nothing really wrong with the fragrance profiles. You know, I have my own personal preferences around those, but the scents themselves, nice fragrances. I will say Fireside Chai, it doesn't actually smell like a chai. It smells more like a holiday cider, but you know, great scent, like I said. So yeah, it's something I feel like might be going on with Country Candle this go around. So definitely watch the reviews, and hopefully, you know, the more of these that you see, the more you're able to make an informed decision about whether you want to invest in any of these candles or not. So, this was sent to me in the 2-wick format. So a big thank you to Kringle for providing this one for review. And let's go ahead and dive in with the scent description. We'll talk through the fragrance notes. We'll address the strength and throw of this one, and then talk about any potential burn issues. So, Winter Spice, a radiant medley of fresh clementine, I'm putting an M in there when it doesn't need to be, clementine and red cranberry is warmed with a holiday blend of spicy clove, crushed cinnamon, and sprinkles of grated nutmeg. I love nutmeg. Okay, our top notes here are citrus and berry. The mid notes are cinnamon and clementine, and then the base is clove and nutmeg. So, what are we smelling here? First of all, there is a really beautiful fresh citrus note here, and it is basically clementine. Clementines are very sweet. I love eating clementines around the holidays. And that is definitely the specific citrus that I'm picking up here. It's not orange. It's not like, you know, like a navel orange or anything like that. It is a clementine or mandarin, maybe like satsuma even type of vibe. Very delicious citrus component. Love it. Nothing wrong with that. That's a winner in this for sure. There's definitely a tart cranberry note in here as well. It definitely transitions right from that clementine into that cranberry. The cranberry is sweet. This is definitely a sweet fragrance, but you do get a little bit of that tartness as well for sure. Now, in terms of these spice components here, the cinnamon is perfect. There's not too much of it. It's also not red hot spicy cinnamon. It's more soft gourmand, like Ceylon type of cinnamon. I do smell clove. The clove is not overwhelming. I do smell nutmeg as well. The nutmeg is not overwhelming. Now, I think some people are going to expect this to smell maybe along the lines of a orange pomander, but listen, I consider myself a little bit of a pomander expert over here, and I don't read orange pomander here. I get a lot of the same components, but it doesn't present itself as an orange pomander fragrance. I think the addition of the cranberry is what's throwing that off for me. So yeah. I also don't love like cinnamon with my pomander fragrances. I know some people do, but yeah, that changes it up for me a little bit as well. But this is definitely, you know, this smells like a new fragrance from Kringle. I don't think I've smelled anything quite like this. They certainly have other orange fragrances in, you know, their collection. But this one is, I would say, pretty unique. So yeah, I like the fragrance profile. I don't think it's one where I would clamor to repurchase it. I think I kind of like the, what is it, cypress and cinnamon a little bit more. That one also has a little bit of a freshness, like a citrusy freshness as well. But I think I like that fragrance profile a touch more than this one. But this is nice. It's a lovely presentation, that's for sure. So the fragrance itself, I will give it maybe like a thumb and a half. I mean, listen, it's not a holy grail, so it's not getting 2 thumbs up, but I do think it's a nice fragrance for the holidays for sure. It's fresh, it's juicy, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It's got that orange, that clementine. It's different. It's clementine and that cranberry, which make it kind of festive and fun. You've got a nice helping of those spices, but nothing is overwhelming in this scent. Strength and throw. Okay, so it's a little better than the cran apple toddy and the fireside chai, but we're still at a max of about a 6 in terms of strength here, and probably about a 6 as well in terms of throw. It definitely fills the room where I'm burning it. Listen, it's a room filler, but is it spilling like out of that room? No, not necessarily. A little ways, but it's not dramatic. It really is. It is a different performance from what I'm used to typically with country candles. So that's definitely a bummer when it comes to a lot of these releases right now, is that I feel like I can't wholeheartedly be like, yes, go and get them, you know? Like, definitely make sure you like the fragrances, like, you know, definitely make sure you like that. But because the performance has been so like, I don't want to tell everyone to like clamor to get them, if that makes sense, right? So with this one here, I do think it could be a little bit stronger. And I think more people would probably enjoy that. But it's not unscented. I don't want to say that. You might be better off maybe trying this one in the wax melts. I always tell people to try the wax melts or the daylights if they're unsure about a fragrance, or, you know, it's just kind of like, am I going to like it? Am I not? Like, definitely try smaller versions of the candles first. It's just much easier to deal with that versus getting either a medium or, worse yet, a large jar that you either have to suffer through or something that you end up having to pass along to somebody else because you don't like the scent. So yeah, strength and throw, I really think could probably use some improvement here, but again, it's not awful. It's not as bad as the other 2 that I mentioned. The gingerbread tiramisu, by the way, that one is more along the lines of what I'm used to with the Kringle Country Candle. So that one I will give 2 thumbs up to. It's also a really nice, like, soft gingerbread, not like the hard, like, ginger snap cookies. Ooh, I don't like those, but yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about those candles. We're discussing this one. In terms of the burn, I have not had any issues with the burn quality. The wicks are doing just fine. You'll definitely see some residue here on the sides. That just is remnants of the wax as the candle is, you know, going down. But the wicks are holding up great. I do clip off the mushroom tops that form at the very tippy top there. But there's no sooting, there's no discoloration. It's clean burn as far as I'm concerned. So really my only beef here is that I think this could just use a little bit more amping up in terms of strength and throw. But that being said, I'm enjoying it and I'm gonna continue to burn this one. I might consider maybe crocking it, but I don't know. Like I said, I can smell it just fine when it's going, so I might just continue to go on with this one over the next couple weeks here. It is just a medium jar, so it's not going to take me as long as the large jars to finish. But yeah, it's enjoyable. I do think it's enjoyable. I just think most people are probably going to expect a little bit more in terms of strength and throw. So for what it's worth, that is my opinion on this one. Again, I'll have it linked down below. Check it out if you're interested. There's not a lot of reviews up yet for these holiday candles, so hopefully those start coming in here shortly. But all that being said, let me know your thoughts on Winter Spice if you have already picked it up in the comments down below. I'm always curious about your guys' feedback as well, so put your thoughts down there. There is one more in-depth review coming up in a few more hours here. We'll be discussing the Kringle Holiday 2024 Sugar Plum and Myrrh. Definitely watch my review of that one if you are at all interested in it, because I don't want anyone to be disappointed, and so far it has unfortunately disappointed me. So, all right. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.